Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Bible Stories. This show is for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. I am your narrator through this here journey of Das Bible. I will be telling you what happened. So, take your pills. It's a little bit late. So take your pills, pack a bowl, grab your smokes, get comfy, and then let's smoke it, drink it, and read it. So, we found out a little bit about where we are. Okay, you didn't find out. I did. Apparently, these stories have nothing to do with nothing. I I still don't know what king of Israel is going on right now. It's just other kings just fighting with this one dude. And okay, so this is in Palestine. So this really has nothing to do with nothing. But it's just in here for the hell of it. Guess what else? Tomorrow we finish a book. Tomorrow we finish a book. How exciting is that? Super exciting. So, let's find out what happened in this place that we don't know where it is. Somewhere in Asia. And obviously Palestine. But it seems like mostly Greece and Asia. In the 172nd year, King Demetrius assembled his army and marched into Media to obtain help so that he could fight Trypho, the walking STD. When Arsaces, king of Persia and Media. Okay, so this is before Xerxes, I guess. Okay, so this is before Xerxes. Okay, so we know that, at least, because Sparta was still friendly with the Jews. Okay, well, they were still friendly enough with the Jews to fight each other, because I don't know what happened in the time of Xerxes. I don't know if the Jews helped them or not. Okay. But anyways, Arsaces, king of Persia and Media, heard that Demetrius had entered his territory. He sent one of his generals to take him alive. The general went forth and attacked the army of Demetrius. He captured and brought him to Arsaces, who put him under guard. Praise of Simon. The land was at rest all the days of Simon, who sought the good of his nation. His rule delighted his people, and his glory all his days. As his crowning glory, he took Joppa for a port, and made it a gateway to the Isle of the Sea. He enlarged the borders of his nation and gained control of the country. He took many POWs and made himself master of Gazara, Bezer, and the citadel. He cleansed the citadel of impurities. There was no one to withstand him. The people cultivated their land in peace, and the land yielded its produce, and the trees of the field their fruit. Old men sat in the squares, all talking about the good times, while the young men put on glorious raiments of war. He supplied the cities with food and equipped them with the means of defense, till his glorious name reached the ends of the earth. He brought peace to the land, and Israel was filled with great joy. Everyone sat under his vine and fig tree, with no one to disturb them. No attacker was left in the land. He strengthened all the lowly among his people. He was zealous for the law. He destroyed the lawless and the wicked. The sanctuary he made splendid and multiplied its furnishings. Okay, so this is before Xerxes. I thought that. I guess they weren't friends exactly when I said, but I guess they become friends now. So I was kind of right. Give me 1 second. All right. So, alliance with Rome and Sparta. When all the people in Rome, even in Sparta, heard that Jonathan had died, they were deeply grieved. Okay, so this is this before or after what just happened? But when they had heard that his brother Simon had become high priest in his place and was master of its territories and cities, they sent him inscribed tablets of bronze to renew with him the friendship and alliance that they had established with his brothers Judas and Jonathan. These were read before the assembly in Jerusalem. This is the copy of the letter that the Spartans sent. The rulers in the city of the Spartans send greetings to Simon the high priest, the elders, the priests, and the rest of the Jewish people, our brothers. Yeah, but what about the king? Where's the king? What king? What king? The ambassadors sent our people. The ambassadors sent to our people have informed us of your glory and renown, and we rejoice with their coming. In accordance with what they said, we have recorded the following in public decrees. Numenius, son of Antiochus, and Antipater, son of Jason, ambassador of the Jews, have come to us to renew their friendship with us. This is when they came. I thought they already went. Oh my God, my life. What is this? But okay. The people have resolved to receive these men with honor and deposit a copy of their words in the public archives, so that the people of Sparta may have a record of them. A copy of this decree has been made for Simon the high priest. After this, Simon sent Numenius to Rome with a large gold shield weighing 1,000 minas to confirm the alliance with the Romans. We're going to find out what this is. Okay, 1,000. Nine occurrences. What is a mina unit? Mina, Aramaic, unit of weight, 60 shekels. I don't know how much that is. So, how much should it weigh? Hold on. Weighing 1,000 minas. And a shekel is what, like $1? So, $1,000, $100,000, $1,000. We're just gonna call it $1,000. So it weighed $1,000. Okay. Okay. So they sent him a shield that weighed $1,000 in gold to confirm the alliance with the Romans. Official honors for Simon. When people heard of these things, they said, "How shall we thank Simon and his sons? He and his brother, his father's house, have stood firm and repulsed Israel's enemies, and so have established its freedom." So they made an inscription in bronze tablets, which they affixed to the pillars on Mount Zion. The following is a copy of the inscription. On the 18th day of Elul, the 172nd year, that is the third year under Simon, the great priest, and Asar Amel. And a great oh my God. Is this the Simon that brought the woman's kid back to life? Where he's like, my head. Is this the same Simon? Oh my God. We're going to find out. I'm going to find out. Oh my God. I wonder. Okay, shut up, Nikki. In a great assembly of priests, people and rulers of the nation, elders of the region, the following proclamation was made to us. Since there have often been wars in our country, Simon, son of the priest, descendant of Joarib, and his brothers have put themselves in danger, resisted the enemies of their nation, so that their sanctuary and law might be maintained. And they have thus brought great glory to their nation. Jonathan rallied the nation, became their high priest, and was gathered to his people. And no, I don't think it's that Simon. I think that Simon was way before this. When their enemies sought to invade and ravage their country, violate their sanctuary, Simon rose up and fought for his nation, spending large sums of his own money to equip his nation's forces and give them their pay. He fortified the cities of Judea, especially the border city of Besor, formerly the site of the enemy's weaponry, and he stationed there a garrison of Jewish soldiers. He fortified Joppa by the sea and Gazara on the border of Azotus, a place previously occupied by the enemy. These cities he settled with Jews and furnished them with all that was necessary for their restoration: 3 huts and a court. When the people saw Simon's fidelity and the glory he planned to bring his nation, they made him their leader and high priest because of all he had accomplished and the justice and fidelity he had to his own nation. In every way, he sought to exalt his people. In his time and under his guidance, they succeeded in driving the Gentiles out of their country, and those in the city of David, which is Zion, by the way. And this says it's not in the time of the Simon I was talking about. Okay, so in the city of David. So this must be around the same time or after David. In Jerusalem, who had built for themselves a citadel from which they used to driving the Gentiles out of their country, and those of the city of David, who had built for themselves a citadel from which they used to sally forth to defile the environs of the sanctuary and inflict grave injury on its purity. Hold on. In his time and under his guidance, they succeeded in getting rid of all the shit in their church. Okay. In the citadel, he stationed Jewish soldiers. He strengthened its fortifications for security of the land and city, while he also built up the wall to greater heights. Yes. Consequently, King Demetrius confirmed his high priesthood. Yeah, but he surely took that back, by the way. Made him one of his friends and offered great honor. This was because he heard that the Romans had addressed the Jews. That was the first time. And they received Simon's envoys with honors, the Romans did. And that the Jewish people and their priests had decided the following: Simon shall be their leader and high priest forever until a trustworthy prophet arises. He shall act as governor over them and shall have charge of the sanctuary to make regulations concerning its functions and concerning the country, its weapons and strongholds. Yeah. Okay. He shall be obeyed by all. All contracts in the country shall be written in his name, and he shall be clothed in purple and gold. It shall not be lawful for any people or priest to nullify any of these decisions or to contradict the orders given by him, or to convene an assembly in the country without his consent, to be clothed in purple, or wear a belt buckle, or two belt buckles, because Simon's got two. He's got two gold belt buckles. But I tell you what, I want to wear a gold belt buckle. How cheesy would that be, right? Okay. Whoever acts otherwise or violates any of these prescriptions shall be liable to punishment. The Jews aren't this important. Thus, all the people approved of granting Simon the right to act in accord with this decision. And Simon accepted and agreed to be high priest, governor, and ethnarch of the Jewish people and priests, to have authority over all. It was decreed that this inscription should be engraved on bronze tablets, to be set in a conspicuous place in the precincts of the sanctuary, and that copies of it should be deposited in the treasury, where they would be available to Simon and his sons. Ooh. All right, I'll be right back. All right. So we're only at 22 minutes. I don't know how long the next chapter is. $41. No. I guess that's not. Okay, so I guess this is 7. See, I don't know how many this is. Roman numeral. It is 7. Ha ha. It is 6 and okay, it is 7. See, I'm so smart sometimes. I'm so smart. Okay. So, Antiochus, who's not related to Alexander, son of King Demetrius, who is not a family member of Demetrius, and Antiochus he wasn't a friend of Demetrius. He sent a letter from the islands of the sea to Simon the priest and to all the Jews, and it followed. What's up? Certain villains have gained control of the kingdom of our ancestors. I intend to reclaim it, that I may restore it to its former state. And I have recruited a large number of mercenary troops and equipped warships. I intend to make a landing in the country, so that I may take revenge on those who have ruined our country and laid waste many cities in my kingdom. Now, therefore, I confirm to you all the tax exemptions that the kings before me granted to you, and whatever other privileges they conceded to you. Don't trust this. This is bad news. This is a bad guy. No, they always take it back. Do not fucking trust these people. Do not trust these people. Oh, don't trust them. Oh my God, don't trust these people. All right. All right. I don't know what happens, but I know anytime they say this shit, they're like, it's like, I mean, I don't like the Jews or anything, but they get pushed around a lot in this here book. I authorize you to coin your own money as legal tender in your country. Jerusalem and its sanctuary shall be free. All the weapons you have prepared and all the strongholds you have built and now occupy shall remain in your possession. Don't do it, he's lying. Don't do it, he's lying. You can just tell, because he's just throwing extra shit in here. Simon, don't fall for this shit. All debts, present and future, due to the royal treasury, shall be canceled for you, now and all time. When we establish our kingdom, we will greatly honor you and your nation in the temple, so that your glory will be manifest in all the earth. Oh, he's lying! He's lying! Oh, man. You can just tell he's lying. He's just throwing shit in there. He's wasting ink on purpose just to lie. I haven't read this before, but every single from his father to his father to his great grandfather, they've all said this and they've all been lying. So if he's not lying, I can't take back my yelling, but I'll say I was wrong. In the 174th year, Antiochus invaded the land of his ancestors. All the troops rallied to him, so that a few were left with the walking STD. Pursued by Antiochus, Trypho fled to Dor by the sea, realizing what troubles had come upon him, and his soldiers had deserted him. Antiochus encamped before Dor with 120,000 infantry and 8,000 cavalry. While he surrounded the city, his ships closed off the sea, so that he pressed it hard by land and sea. He let no one go in or out. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Roman alliance renewed. Here we go. Meanwhile, Numanius and his companions came from Rome with letters containing message to various kings and countries. Lucius Council of the Romans sends greetings to Ptolemy. Ambassadors of the Jews, our friends and allies, have come to us to renew their earlier friendship and alliance. They had been sent by Simon the high priest and the Jewish people. They brought with them a gold shield of 1,000 minas. Okay, so another 1,000 pounds worth of gold, or 1,000 pounds worth of gold, whatever. Therefore, we have decided to write various kings and countries that they are not to venture to harm them or wage war against them, or their cities or country. Do not assist those who fight against them. We have decided to accept the shield from them. If then any troublemakers from their country take refuge with you, hand them over to Simon the high priest, so that he may punish them according to their law. The consul sent identical letters to Demetrius, Attalus, Harthus, and Arsaces. I bet that guy's mad. To all the countries Samphanes, the Spartans, Delos, Mindos, Sicyon, Caraya, Samos, Pamphylia, Lycia, Halicarnassus, Rhodes. I almost read that like phallus. Phaselis, Cos, Side, Aradis, Gortina, Gortina, Tina, I don't know. Snidus, Cyprus, and Kyrene. So a lot of fucking places. A copy of the letter was also sent to Simon the high priest. Hostility from Antiochus the 7th. But I don't know what happened to the 3rd or the 5th and 6th. Something happened. Or what happened to the 3rd and 4th. I don't fucking know. When King Antiochus camped before Dor, he assaulted it continuously with troops and siege engines he had made. He blockaded Trypho by preventing anyone from going in or out. Simon sent to Antiochus support 2,000 elite troops together with silver and gold, much equipment. But he refused to accept the aid. In fact, he broke all the agreements he had previously made to Simon and became hostile toward him. So Simon is trying to help Antiochus, and he's like, nah, fuck you, dog. He sent Athenobus, one of his friends, to confer with Simon and say, you are occupying Joppa and Gazara and the citadel of Jerusalem. These cities are of my kingdom. You have laid waste their territories, done great harm to the land, and taken possession of many districts in my kingdom. Now, therefore, give up the cities you have seized and the tribute money of the districts you control outside of the territory of Judea. Or instead, pay me 500 talents of silver for the devastation you have caused, and 500 talents more for the tribute money. If you do not do this, we will come and make war on you. Bring it, bitch! Bring it! Fuck you! Bring it! So, the king's friend came to Jerusalem, and on seeing the splendor of Simon's court, the gold and silver plate on the sideboard, and his rich display, he was amazed. And when he gave him the king's message, Simon was like, it is not foreign land we have taken, nor have we seized the property of others, but only our ancestral heritage, which for a time has been unjustly held by our enemies. Now that we have the opportunity, we are holding on to the heritage of our ancestors. As for Joppa and Gazara, which you demand, those cities were doing great harm to our people and our country. For these, we will give you 100 talents. Athenobus made no reply, but he returned to the king in anger when he told him Simon's words and his splendor and all he had seen. The king fell into a violent rage. I'll be right back. While the king's fuming, oh, so mad. He's so mad. He's pacing. So mad. He's so fucking mad. Okay, dude was so mad. I went and turned my dishwasher on. That's how mad that dude was. I did my dishes. All right, here we go. Victory over Sendibus. Trypho had boarded a ship and escaped to Orthosia. Then the king appointed Sendibus commander-in-chief. There's a ghost song, a band called Ghost, and it always says words like this. I have no idea what it says, but it's like Sendibus, dun dun dun, Lucifer. I don't know what it says, but this name reminds me of that. Okay, so he's commander-in-chief. So he's president of the seacoast and gave him infantry and cavalry forces. So he's like, go do some shit. He ordered him to encamp against Judea and fortify Kidron. Oh, you might not want to do that if you ever seen Poltergeist. This is a burial ground for evil shit. I don't know. You should watch Poltergeist. And strengthen its gates so that he could wage war on the people. Meanwhile, the king went in pursuit of Trypho. When Zendebitus came to Gemnia, he began to harass the people and make incursions into Judea, where he took people captive and massacred them. Oh, if this is anywhere near that Kidron place, I don't know. You might not want to do that. So, as the king ordered, he fortified Kidron and stationed cavalry and infantry there so they could not go out and patrol the roads of Judea. Oh, haha. He stationed cavalry and infantry there so they could go out and patrol the roads of Judea. Dun dun dun. Okay, that's the end of that. So tomorrow morning, we finish this book. Yeah, tomorrow night we start a new book. How exciting! It's so exciting! Yeah. So listen, we started a new book. And the conversation about the book of Satan is not gonna happen because apparently people don't want to be on camera and talk about things like that. Nobody wants to be on camera and talk about the Bible either. It's like I'll be on camera and talk about that stuff. And also, I'm getting internet copies of these books called Pafrika. I don't know. But anyways, apparently it's a bunch of them. So, when we're done with the New Testament, we might read those. Because Miss Raven Lady, she's going to read them while I'm reading this Old Testament. And then I'm going to read those, the book that she's already read. I want to read that. So maybe she'll talk with me in the comments. I don't know. But anyway, that's future plans. But right now, we got to get through the New Testament. So, we start a new... Whoa, yeah, we finish this book tomorrow. I'm so excited. Finally. So, anyway, that was 16 days. That took way too long. No, 8 days. It might have been 6 days. I don't know, but it took way too long. So, next is part 2. And we're going to get that over with. Then, we're going to get blood pressure reading about these apostles. No, it's only one apostle now, ain't it? It's just Paul. Oh man, so we get to read about Paul. Oh, yeah, but that's not for a while. We still got to read Second Maccabees. Oh my God. Okay, anyway, we're going to try to get through that as quick as possible. So, thank you for watching. I love you. Take your pills if you didn't take your pills, make sure you took your pills. And finish your juice and be on your way. Have the sweetest dreams ever.